Let's talk about periods. So I feel like this is something we don't really address about in the public because it's very embarrassing, which I find really horrible, because we should be able to discuss the way we feel or about these topics in public without feeling embarrassed, because it happens to pretty much every woman on this planet. And it can be very painful, it can be very stressful, and I think people should be aware of this, and it should be basically part of the norm. Like, it should be normalized saying this in a conversation. Now, I remember plenty of times telling my friends about having my period and all that, but we used to say it, inside, and we weren't really talking about it outside. But it's like, why should we do that? If men can talk about hairs and things and beards and stuff, like, they don't even get half of the stuff that we go through, which is, pregnancy, labor, having to shave our legs, periods, and all these things. So there are certain things that we can't do in society, but they can. So when I get my period, I tend to, the first time when it's really strong, I feel a lot of pain. So I take Nurofen or any sort of paracetamol, anything that can get rid of the pain, and I also use a heat patch to keep me warm. It is very, very irritating, and sometimes I do feel sick, and but that's only natural. I mean, people feel different things when they're on their period, and I tend to cry a lot. Like, I get emotional, and it's normal to feel this way. And yeah, I do think that there are ways in dealing with periods. I mean, taking medication, just trying to do everyday life. I mean, what I do is I tend to walk a bit, because doing some movement, walking, helps with the pain. So I tend to use pads, not tampons. I used a tampon once and everything leaked, which wasn't great at all. But at least I tried using it. But pads are the one for me. And I also use those like nappies. What do they call? Like, them pad material, but they're nappies. And honestly, I don't care if that happens. Like, if I wear it and it looks bulky on me and you can kind of see it through my jeans, I really don't care. I mean, when I'm on my period, I don't give a damn about how I look or how I feel. Another thing is I tend to get quite a lot of spots, which is natural even when I clean my face, etc. And I think it just happens because of my period. So yeah, those are certain things that I get. I get pain, I get spots, I feel sick sometimes, I feel emotional, yeah, all these things. And what I do, what I tend to do is, on the first nights when it's very strong, I put like a towel, a really old scruffy towel, or they also have like those like sheet things for periods. I put that down so I don't dirty the sheets and everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Honestly, I was a bit skeptical at first talking about this, but I think it should be addressed in society, and women shouldn't feel embarrassed or ashamed to talk about their experiences and things. Like, we've got a lot going on, and we should have the rights to say about it. I mean, we shouldn't feel embarrassed, and men shouldn't feel embarrassed hearing someone talk about it, because, to be fair, I'm sure the majority of men have to deal with the wives, their girlfriends, their children in this state. So yeah, please comment, like, and subscribe down below.